100 rated chess. But you're a slime mold. You can only move to squares you already have at least 2 pieces. Or pawns. Adjacent to. Absolutely impossible. We get a 100 rated guy from India. Okay, I obviously cannot push pawns to squares. E3. The pawn on E3 touches the 2 pawns from behind. E5. B3. Oh my god, this is going to take forever to reach his territory. D5. I want to push D4, but currently there is only one pawn that is adjacent to the D4 square. Therefore, C3 adding another adjacent pawn. B5. That blunders a pawn, but it is too lonely up there. D4 instead. Alright. The plan is very simple. I'll gather everything I can to either the queen side or the center, depending on the board situation at that time, but the point is we will completely ignore the king side. The point of this challenge is to group everything together and slowly march forward. The king will probably join the party too if the situation requires. E4. Locking down the center is absolutely convenient. Bishop B2. Supporting pawn A3. G5. A3. Bishop H6. Knight D2, Knight F6, B4, Queen D6. Aha! Here comes the woman. Knight B3. It's actually fine though, with all of my pieces haven't even left my side of the board yet. It is not very likely his queen can deal too much damage to the video. It is just physically impossible. Bishop F5. A4. One step at a time. Queen E6. Aha! Now that officially blunders the B pawn. But Knight C5 first. I've just realized that I actually cannot capture his queen regardless of how hard he tries to blunder her. But at least he doesn't know about that. This move still came with a tempo. Queen C6. That blunders a woman. Bishop takes B5. Pinning the queen to the king, and even though he actually can just leave the queen there and I cannot capture it due to the rules. I mean, most people will just make a desperado here. Right? So not only can I not take his queen, but now my bishop has to retreat. Bishop G6. That looks like a random move. Queen B3. Man, this actually looks like a very instructive chess video. Expanding the queen side in a closed center game. Castle. Moving his king away from danger. That is a very good move. Now I cannot hope to attack his king anymore. Our only hope is to win the queen and opponent resigns. C4. Queen E6. That blunders the queen again. I mean, he literally moved from E6 to C6 before to dodge the knight. But C takes D5 instead. Trading is theoretically not good for us, but this at least opens up the C file. I can find a way to bring the rooks in later. Queen B6. Bishop C4. Knight takes D5. Aha! Finally. The first legit blunder of the game. That blunders a horsey. A5. That blunders a rook, but too far too lonely. B5 instead. My opponent is very low on time though. I am already playing real slow because I have to consider moves that don't just end my own video. That takes a lot of time, by the way. But somehow my opponent is still taking a lot more time than me. This is just absolutely diabolical. G4. Okay, you know what? Somehow G4 makes me feel like it's not just a random pawn push, but he actually wants to capture the pawn on E3, which I cannot recapture because it only touches one other pawn. So I guess I'll just add one more piece next to E3 here just in case he goes crazy. Knight E2. Ha! You see? I knew it. When time is low, everyone just goes absolutely insane. F takes C3. What's next? G3. Okay, a normal pawn push. Nothing too much, but I can only take with the knight. The bishop and the pawn are both gone. He should be looking at his queen right now. Queen takes C5. Thank God there are a lot of pieces and pawns here. D takes C5 is possible. Rook e8. You know what? I'll checkmate him before his time runs out. Bishop c4. Rook e5. Queen c3. Rook takes c5. Queen g7. Checkmate in 1. Ha! The mission is failed, but I'll say it's worth it.